We can certainly try to change the gun laws. We can try to do all those things to make sure that someone who shouldn't have access to a firearm doesn't have access. But the truth is right now, if someone really wants to get access, they can get access. So given that situation, there are 3 actions we can take based on research to prevent school violence and school shootings. The first is to make sure that students and staff and parents receive training on the warning signs for violence so that they can report those warning signs. The second is to make sure that everywhere in our country, we have anonymous reporting systems that are available 24/7. So anyone can report a concern that they see anonymously. They don't have to worry about their safety in their report. And then the third area is something that's called behavioral threat assessment and threat management. And that is where we have a team of people that understand, is this a real threat or is this something that really poses a threat? And then they track and make sure that that person is managed and is getting the supports that they need. It's a really great question of how do we discern, what behaviors are concerning. And the Secret Service has put out a list of 10 concerning behaviors based on looking at previous school shootings and what were the common characteristics. And there's things on that list like over-fascination with weapons, intense and escalating anger, fascination with Columbine shooters or other mass shooters. There's also things on that list like depression, failing grades, or concerns over schools, like things that are really common across lots of adolescents. So, how as a citizen, a parent, do you know what to do? So what we say is if you are observing concerns, make the report, either find a trusted adult, or so if they're telling you, you become that trusted adult, or make an anonymous report. Don't try to figure it out yourself, whether or not this rises to that level. That's a really hard thing to do. So we always say, err on the side of caution. Make the report from the idea of I'm trying to get this person help. Now, if there is a pattern going on, let's say in Colorado, we have this Safe to Tell, which is an anonymous reporting system. They're going to get multiple tips, and those tips are going to go to a team at the school, a law enforcement team. The right people will get the information to do that appropriate investigation. All over the country, schools are doing safety drills where they're doing, a lockdown, and they're teaching kids what to do if there is a shooting in their school. And we call that crisis response. And it is important that those are practiced and they're done in ways that don't create trauma. But in addition to those drills, there's a lot more that we can be doing. And what we really recommend is making sure that even young children understand what are those warning signs for violence and how to report those warning signs. We recommend just let a trusted adult know. We teach them, what does that mean? What is a trusted adult? And then in many places around the country, there are these anonymous reporting systems. And we want every kid to know what their system is. They're not everywhere. So there is still a need to make sure that everybody has access to an anonymous way to report. But the thing with these anonymous systems is that the school culture needs to say, we want you to report any concerns. We want all of us to do that. That's our culture. It's not tattletaling. It's about the safety of all of us. So we really recommend making sure that all the schools are putting in a program like that. That can also be reinforced at home. It can be reinforced in the community level as well. When we look at these after attack reports, and we've looked at so many, and we see the same thing over and over again. For the Arapahoe High School shooting that happened in 2013, we saw that there were 27 missed opportunities to intervene on behalf of the shooter. In the Parkland shooting, they found at least 69 missed opportunities to intervene. There is such a huge role that the community at large can play in addressing the warning signs for violence, addressing concerns that people see around bullying. A term that we talk about in research is a term called collective efficacy. And that term is about being willing to get involved, to take action on behalf of your community, and really seeing that it's all of our collective responsibility to create safety. It's not something that we just want to turn to our teachers or turn to law enforcement. It's about getting help for people that need help. It's about opportunities to teach young people a better way. And in communities that have higher rates of collective efficacy, they have lower levels of violence. So the more people stand up and take this action, the better off we're all going to be. I mean, when it gets to the point of mass violence, it harms everybody in such a huge way. So the more we all can work upstream so that doesn't happen, the better off our society is going to be.